of women. They released all their knowledge on stage at Thrivepalooza on the main stage. So if you are at Thrivepalooza, go ahead in the comment in the chat section, go ahead and drop Denver. So we know you were there and we can just celebrate with you that you took the time and energy to go to Thrivepalooza for yourself and for your business. If you were not at Thrivepalooza, you definitely missed out, but this training is happening again. They are sharing their knowledge with you. They're going to cover daily IPAs and business tools, sampling your way to 200K. There's fortune in the follow-up, and then just caring for your customers and getting referrals. So enough with me talking. Let me go ahead and kick it over to Ashley to introduce everyone.
Hi, hello, welcome. We're super excited that we were asked to come share some more because I know that I left that stage feeling like I said nothing that I intended to say. So I'm super excited that we get to share again. And let me introduce you to our panel full of wonderful women. So we have Sam Paisley, Tanya Ward, Lindsay, Kelly Hyman. Lindsay, I didn't want to butcher your last name. Ross, I don't want to butcher it. And Hannah Chris. So tonight I'm going to just share my screen real quick because we are going to share exactly what we did on stage, what we got to share with so many Thrivers, and we're super excited about it. We're passionate about these topics and we are thankful to be here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and then we're going to get started. So here's the lovely ladies. Ta-da! We're going to talk about business tools, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sampling your way to 200K, fortune in the follow-up, some ideas on how to follow up and the importance of follow-up, customer care and referrals. Almost all the ladies on this screen are auto elite. So you best believe they're taking care of their customers. So you're going to get some good tips tonight. So we're thankful you joined in and go say some I ams. Tell yourself every day in the morning. So the first topic that we're going to talk about, I'm going to kick it off, is the business tools that Lavelle provides us. They have set us up for success on so many different levels. And it is your job as a promoter to be, one, knowledgeable of what they're bringing to the table, and then two, how to use them. Because what you want to do is work smart and not hard. And the most important thing is that you have to make this business a priority. So you need to plan and prioritize. You have to family, Lavelle, your job, whatever order that looks like to you, get organized, right? Lavelle has Thriving for Free. They've set up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They have all the resources and documents in our cloud office, right? So they're giving us a plethora of tools. They're emailing every time you set up a new customer account and you plant that seed, Lavelle's going to water it for us. So once you're organized and you're ready, you've implemented the plan, it's time to get to work. And I'm sure you've been inspired by leaders all around you on how to do different things. And there's so many different versions of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But Lindsay tonight is going to tell us about how she really has stepped up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome. So I just want to, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the way that I train on my team is it is not your business. It is not even Thrive related at all. And so we call it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on steroids. And Ashley, if you can show the next screen, it'll kind of show you like our basic 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then this is a weekly, like a 90-day slate that we do. But let me explain to you and break down really quick what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 looks like for us. Our 5 reach outs are us just reaching out to individuals. It would be me reaching out to Sam and saying, oh my gosh, I love your new hair color. That looks so awesome. I cannot believe that you can pull off 2 new or a different hair color. What is your next one that you're going to do after this? I ended that with a question. And I want for a conversation, a genuine conversation for us to go back and forth with. Those are what reach outs are asking questions. Okay. If you see that somebody has passed away or you see that like a good or bad or indifferent, guys, right now graduation is blowing up on my news feed. And it is a great opportunity for me just to pull on those mama heartstrings. I've been there. I've loved on people. I know how it feels and I can give them my strength kind of thing. So that's what I'm using as a reach out. A follow-up. So a follow-up is, say for instance that somebody lost their pet this week and you were like, oh my gosh, Ashley, I'm so sorry about your kitty, Miss Prissy. I hate to hear that. And that was last week when Miss Prissy passed. It's my job to follow up with Ashley this week and just say, hey girl, I'm just checking on you. I want to make sure that you're doing okay. And, I know that she is happy up in heaven or something like that. I'm carrying on a genuine conversation. Guys, that will go so far in your business to become a professional friend maker. That's what I want for you to think when you're doing your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your social media, one thing on the 3 part that we do in our team is we pre-plan all of our posts. We sit down and we work 30 minutes to an hour a week and get our posts pre-planned. What does that mean? That just means that, yes, I hope to live this perfect life and I have this perfect schedule and all things are going to be great. That's not how it happens. Sometimes you've got to learn how to pivot. But if you sit down and you have your inspo post, you have your informative post, and then maybe you have an interactive post and you have those already in your notes section in your phone, you're not as stressed if your life pivots or your life changes on a dime or something happens for you. Maybe you wake up sick. Maybe something happens and your kids are sick. Your posts are planned and you don't have to sit here and not show up on social media for 24 hours because you don't. You're just not in it to win it in that moment. And that's okay. We're human. I think that's the most important I want for you to get out of this. We're all human and have a different way of doing things. But when you're proactive in this business, you can soar. 2 is just adding to your network. Guys, are you reaching out to people? Are you using your groups? Are you seeing who you're common friends with? I like to play the alphabet game. And that is, did I go to a school named A? Did I coach a team named A? Did I do something that started with the Y? I go and I think of friends that I can add because all of us have been involved in something at some time in our lives, whether it was Girl Scouts or maybe you played in a baseball league or a volleyball league or you coached something or you were in the church choir. You have friends that you haven't even become friends with on your social media platforms yet. So play the alphabet game and go A through Z. That can last you up to 6 months, come from one who knows. And last but not least is reaching out. One thing on our team that we encourage people to do is to reach out to people and ask them. If you see somebody that is a customer sign-in machine, just ask them, hey, I saw, Tanya, that you're a customer sign-in machine, and I would love for you to give me your biggest tip. That's it. That's what you do when you reach out to somebody and you ask for their tips and their tricks. And then you know what? You pay it forward and say, I'm working on samples right now, and this has worked really well for me. Maybe you want to try it. And those are your reach outs and your 90-day slay, which you will see on your screen. Guys, this is taking it up a notch. And when we talk about taking it up a notch, we all want to thrive for free, right? And we all think that you get to a point in your business where you feel like you've hit the end of the road. Well, I guarantee you're not leveraging your friends and your people's network. So Ashley, tell us how to do that.
All right. Yeah. One of the things that Lindsay just talked about is leveraging your network. Who do you know? And it doesn't end with who you know. You guys, we are in network marketing. It's about who they know. So when you feel like you've exhausted your network, tap into your peoples. Lavelle has provided us the biggest tool ever, thriving for free. And how do you thrive for free? 2 customer referrals. So you brought on one person and then they bring on 2 people. Guess what? The chances of you knowing those 2 people are slim to nothing, right? Those are 2 people you would have never known. But if they don't know that they can thrive for free, those 2 people would never be in your network. So it's your job to tell everybody about the opportunity to thrive for free. Our biggest objection is cost. And who doesn't love free? Who couldn't afford free, right? So you're going to tell your network, let me help you get it for free. And while you're tapping into their network, they're going to tell the people they know that they can get it for free. And they're going to tell the people they know that they can get it for free. So while you're sleeping, while you're working, while you're momming, while you're at the ball field, whatever it is, napping, whatever it is you're doing, your network could be growing if you're telling everybody about the opportunity to thrive for free. Even if they don't, if you're like me, you don't care how much Thrive cost, you need it, you love it, you know it's gold, but you would pay anything for it, tell that person to, because they know two people, right? So it's so important to use all the tools that Lavelle provides you to maximize your efforts daily. So Lindsay went over 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I just talked about how you can thrive for free and leverage your network. And I want you guys to know that we all have the same 24 hours in the day. So what are you putting into it? And Lindsay, how important is it in being successful in maximizing that time?
Absolutely, guys. And that is setting your calendar up and just saying, I have non-negotiables. The same 24 hours is what the top leaders have as a new person that's just signing up today. So what we want to encourage you to do is make sure that you are putting and taking time for this and taking time for that. And if you're at your kid's game, pencil that in and say, I know I can't do this, or whatever the case is. It is important for you to work your business day in and day out. And when you sit down and see where your time's going, I can promise you a lot of it is being wasted that you could utilize with these income producing activities and knock it out in 30 minutes. You could knock it out in 30 minutes first thing in the morning. You know, all 5 of us on here could tell you right now, or 6 of us total, that we wake up 30 minutes to an hour earlier than our household, and we go to bed later than our household does, because those are the sacrifices that we choose to make in those same 24 hours, day in and day out for this business. And so I want to pass it to our next panel. They are all about samples in so many different ways. Y'all are fixing to find out just tips and tricks of how to sample. So Hannah, I want you to take it away, sis.
Oh, can everyone hear me? Can you hear me? Am I good? Okay. Hello. Hi. I am Hot Mess Express, as always. I just looked down and I have dirt coming out of my socks from the baseball field. So happy Monday. But I'm so excited. I saw you laughing, Kelly, because you totally get it. I'm so excited to be here. I absolutely love growing with these women and learning from them, and we've really poured so much into each other over the past few months. Like, y'all don't even know. We cried together, we prayed together, we did all the things. But sampling is a big part of my business, and when I saw that it was going to be on our panel, I really wanted to jump into it, because I really truly think that I sampled my way to the 200K rank. And how I first did that was I created an action post. And the first way that I sampled was I sold my samples. And I want you to know that not everyone sells their samples, and it's okay if you do, and it's okay if you don't. You have to do what works for you. And Sam's gonna I'm going to pass it to Sam in a second, but I want you to know that it's okay to sell them. I hear a kid crying. Somebody must got hurt outside. But the thing is you have to invest in your business. If you want to grow here and you want to be productive in your business and getting people on Thrive, that was the very first thing that I heard Jason Camper tell us. I was sitting on the couch one night, and all I heard him say was, guys, get people on Thrive. Get this product into their hands and see what it does for them. See how fast you grow. How many samples can you get into people's hands this week? And I was like, okay. I looked at my husband and I was like, all right, I'm going to buy a $400 pack. Did I necessarily have the money to do that at the time? Absolutely not. No. So what I did was I turned that around and I made an action post with the $400 box that I purchased, promoter pack. Comes with all this product, all the good deals, and now we have promo codes with them. If y'all aren't utilizing these promo codes to grow your business, you are missing out on huge opportunities to bring in new, to get the referrals from, like Ashley was talking about. My samplers if I bought a pack now, my samplers are getting 2 promo codes. So that's how I'm intermingling that. But at first, I sold the $400 pack for $5 a day. I made a sample post. I sold 3, 5, and 7-day sample bags, and they went like crazy. I was getting the product in people's hands. What that turned into was me having to turn around and buy 2 more $400 packs because I had so much interest in those samples. But the thing is you have to start somewhere, guys. If you're a new brand promoter here and you just purchased your $400 pack or your $200 pack, obviously you do want to use your products. You want to have a testimony. You want to fall in love with them. But if you talk to a mom at the ball field and they're like, hey, what's that patch on your arm? Be ready to have a sample bag with you and say, it's Thrive. You should try it tomorrow. Message me. I have a $20 off promo code I can get you. It's that simple to create an action post or create action from your samples. So not, like I said, not everyone sells their samples. And I never heard of this before. Sam told us that. So Sam, why don't you talk about how you do your pay and play?
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me on, Lavelle, with all these amazing women. So, I've been doing this pay or play for a long time. And I started doing this because I lost a lot of money. When I got my VIP pack, I basically gave away $800 worth of product. And I didn't get a commitment from anyone. I had people that were telling me left and right, oh, I'll go ahead and start it this weekend. Or, I'm just gonna try the capsules and maybe not the DFT, but I might drink the lifestyle. I mean, everybody was like in my head telling me how they were going to take it, telling me when they were going to take it. And I lost complete control before I even started. So for me, I had to come up with a plan to get people to commit to taking the product. I had to come up with a way to get them to communicate with me and engage with me so we could keep things going, right? So what I did was, just like Hannah, I created an action post on social media. My action post was a simple question. Who out there is a tired mom? Or, I would even go further and start talking about my day. Oh my gosh, guys, I was at the ball field today, watching the kids. They're running around. I was getting tired just watching them. I was tired before I even got there. Anybody else relate to this? And that right there, they don't think I'm coming to them with Thrive. They think I'm coming to them with an open door to complain. People like to complain. It's human nature, right, guys? So I opened that door, which was my comments, and allowed them to get in there and start complaining. Yes, girl, I woke up tired. Oh gosh, I was ready for a nap by noon. All these people were in my message or in my comments complaining. So what did that do? It gave me an opportunity to then open them, bring them into that room and have a conversation with them. I sent them a private message. I'm like, listen, I have got something for you that is going to just rock your socks. Let me tell you, you're not going to be having those afternoon crashes anymore. You're going to feel amazing. Coming from a mom of 5, I can attest to this. Trust me when I tell you, I've got the stuff. And yes, it's legal. Because that was usually the next question that people would ask me. Is it legal? Yes, it's legal. So, I gave them an option. And the reason I gave them an option at this point, guys, is because people like options. I know I do. I don't want someone to tell me what I'm going to do. I want them to give me a chance to make my choice. My choice is either going to be or the question to them, their choice is you either get to pay or you get to play. And in order to play, they had to post on social media why they were excited for their mini experience from me, making sure that they would tag me in it. They would have to create a free account, and then I'd put them in a connection chat or a 3-way call or whatever it was that we were doing at the time. And just introducing them. Hey, Mike, this is my friend Lisa. She's a tired mom, just like I used to be, but I'm sending her a mini experience. I just wanted to start this chat because I have a feeling she's going to come back in here wanting to know more. So I figured I'd bring you into the mix. That was my 3-way. That was my connection. It wasn't some salesy sales pitch, blah, 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 to scare them away. Simple intro. We left it there. That was how they got to play. And in order to get it for free, that's what they had to do for me. Or they could pay me $30 for a 2 or 3 day mini experience. Guys, nobody was picking that. Nobody. So I can't relate to Hannah. There are so many people that can relate to Hannah, and that's okay. That's the best part about sampling. That's the best part about this business. You can make it work for you, right? So I know we're going to talk about some more sampling and our business working for us. I know Kelly's on here too. And before I bring Kelly on, guys, I want you guys to go into the chat here, put in the chat somewhere that you've sampled somebody that maybe we wouldn't have thought about. Have you sampled them at the community pool? Have you sampled think of somewhere that you've sampled that might be even weird or odd or just kind of like not the norm. Put it in there because we would definitely love to hear from you. And plus you're giving us ideas and on something that we're going to talk about in a second about what we wear when we leave our houses. Kelly, why don't you tell everybody about your Target sampling?
Well, first, I'm going to talk about value. I feel like, guys, it is so important to talk about what this is, like what it's going to do, right? Not just talk about what the products are. We all know it's gold, right? Anyone else? If you love it, put in the comments also. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We love Thrive. We know the ingredients are gold. But let's not just talk about what it is. Let's talk about what it's going to do. That's what's going to bring value. So when I started, I was an exhausted new mom. Before I started Thrive, I would always nap when the baby was napping. Did anyone else have somebody tell them that, right? That was like the grandma thing. You pass it down, your mom tells you, you sleep when the baby sleeps, sleep when the baby sleeps, whatever. Well, I started thriving and all of a sudden I don't want to sleep when the baby's sleeping, right? I'm like, let's go. What are we going to do? The baby's sleeping. The baby has to nap. So what am I doing? I am out walking at the park, pushing my son, my 6-month-old little boy at the time when I started, in the stroller around the park. And not only am I adding value to my body by this supplement, incredible supplement that I'm taking, but now I'm adding value in another way. I'm moving my body, right? That's important. And I feel like sometimes whenever you're giving someone a sample, whether it's a 3-day, 7-day, whatever everybody does, I don't do more than a 3-day sample. And what I've learned to do that I've become pretty good at is painting a picture of where they're going to be 30 days from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, right? And so I feel like I talk about things like that, and that kind of brings a different level of value to this product and to their life, right? So I think about my friend Cynthia Cooper. She coached, she is a grandma now, and I think about her story. She used to have trouble getting on the floor with her grandkids because her knees bothered her. And once she started thriving, she was able to do that. Y'all, is that value? Is this product bringing value to her family? Absolutely. That is memories being made with her grandkids that they will remember for a long time, right? But that doesn't just happen in the first 3 days on a sample. You have to figure out, you have to listen enough to know how this is going to bring value to them. And you paint that picture of where they're going to be 30 days from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now. And I feel like that is so important in this business. So, and with a sample, with a 3-day sample, right? So Hannah, tell us a little bit about how it's brought value to you.
So it's really that's not even a word. It's really brought value to my family in ways that I never expected it to. So I started thriving first. My husband was a huge skeptic. I actually had to buy him I bought him a 2-week pack at first. He quit it. He said that it didn't work. But then once I got him back on it, he did it for another 2.5 weeks, and I didn't order him a month. And I made him be like, am I gonna have to find a new Thrive promoter, or are you gonna buy me this stuff? So that was a value that I was helping him, but how it has been so valuable to my family, and I noticed it within the first month, is that it was saving my family money. Like everyone has the, oh, it's too much money. I can't spend that. My family doesn't have that. That's going to take away. It saved me money. Like in the first 3 weeks of me taking my product, I remember Cody looking at me and saying, have we paid the bills this month? And I was like, yeah, like all chipper, like, yeah, because I was thriving and I felt great. I'm like, yes, I paid all the bills, honey. Like, what do you mean? He's like, well, we just have a whole lot more money in our checking account than we usually do. That's when it hit me. That's when it hit me that this product was changing all of my life, like all aspects, because I wasn't going through the drive-through lines to get the caffeine that I needed to function. I was the tired mom. I have two tiny little tornadoes and they run circles around me all the time. But I was surviving on caffeine. I joked that I needed like an IV caffeine drip, but it saved us so much money in that first month because I wasn't doing all of the added things that I was doing before, going through drive-thrus, going to get breakfast. I didn't need it. My shake was filling me up and it made me feel good. I didn't need the caffeine because the stupid little sticker is what I called it, was giving me all this energy to clean my whole house. It was bringing value to my family that I never imagined. And I want to touch on what Kelly said, is that she makes her customers and everyone that she talks to know the value of these products, what it has done for her and what it has done for her family. Well, when I get oh, Hannah, I don't think I can pay that. Well, let's talk about what you can get rid of to pay for it. Are you running on caffeine? Are you going through the McDonald's drive-thru line and getting 2 sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits and a large French vanilla iced coffee and a hash brown? Because I definitely was doing that. Are you doing that? Are you going through the Starbucks line at lunch? Like, I know nobody wants to throw out brands and stuff, but everybody lives on it. If you're not a Thriver, that is where you live, in the Dunkin' or the Starbucks line. Can you not go through that at lunchtime and do your Thrive? Because what it's equaling is $5 to $6 a day. So that value, what it has done for me, is absolutely outweighed itself and what I ever thought it could do. So this is where I don't know who I go back to, but
So I'm gonna hop in here because I want to touch on something too before we keep on passing it on. But this isn't something we necessarily chatted about at the time on stage, but it's definitely relevant right now, especially talking about sampling, guys. Summer is around the corner, a couple days away. Kids are either out of school or about to be out of school. What does that mean, guys? That means teachers are about to be off for the summer. They're either heading to a summertime job, or they're looking for employment, or they are taking the summer off. Okay, so this is your opportunity to sample teachers. You guys, this is gold right here. You have got an opportunity to help them create a residual income during the summertime, right? Maybe help them feel better, be there for their kids more, be able to, do the vacation thing and all the things, but have that extra couple guest dollars there, right? Like, there's all kinds of opportunity for teachers right now. They are ready to get out of the classroom. They're ready. They are ready for summer to start. I am, both of my parents are teachers, retired now. I remember when my parents were finished for the summer or for the year. I remember, but I also remember my parents working in the summer, because you have to remember they're living off of teachers' salaries throughout the year. So when you have kids and you have to support them, you definitely are going to be looking for another source of income. This is a really great opportunity to have those conversations. Send the kids to school.
Really quick before you move on, because the teacher sparked my interest just for the fact that these are sitting here in front of me. Guys, if you have kids in school right now, everybody's nearing the end of the year. Everybody's doing end of the year teacher gifts. I am blessed because both of my kids' teachers are thriving with me. They were sampled very early in the year. I had our kindergarten teacher last year for my oldest, but they're getting goodies. And they're getting Thrive goodies in their end of the year. So I got them a Crave cookie gift card, but they're also getting Pink Pro. They're also getting a sample of the Elite because they're both on the Classic. They're getting some boosts. They're getting 2 samples in their bag to go find me 2 friends to get them thriving for free. Like, there's ways to sample in every aspect in life. If you have kids in school, give them Thrive. They will thank you if they will do it. But make sure that you check in on them. Just don't give it to them and then leave. Like, go talk to them. Be like, listen, this is going to save you. And just what Sam did. But Sam, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. But that's
that's right. That's exactly it.
Like, sample your teachers, give them goodie bags. Don't make it like I'm trying to sell you Thrive. Make it like, I'm just trying to help you, and thank you for helping my kids and loving on my babies. This is from me to you. This is what has truly changed my life, and I want to help you. Be a personal friend when you do that, and they will appreciate it.
And it's also a great opportunity to talk about simplicity, because the last thing they want to do is have to put in work when they've been taking care of our kids all school year, right? So talk up to them about the simplicity. Tell them how easy it is for them to take it every single morning on an empty stomach, 1, 2, 3, done for the day, right? And then we can add on the plus line products later on. But for now, talk to them about how easy it is. That's what made me fall in love with the product. That's what made me really get interested in even taking the next step in my business when I was introduced to it by Paul. So the simplicity is what got me, because I was tired, I was busy, I wanted nothing but simple in my life, right? So make sure that you guys touch on that when you're talking with those teachers too. So Kelly, I think it's my turn to pass it on to you.
Yes. So guys, I want to challenge y'all. And right now you just got some really great ideas for teachers, but I want to challenge y'all, and I want you to write something down right now. I hope you have a pen and paper. I know I do in front of me, and we've practiced this a million times. Write down, where is my hotspot? And guys, I'm going to be honest. I think that's something that a lot of people in this business that have been here for a little while, this might be something that veterans, this is for you too. I don't care what level of the business you're in right now, you have to check yourself, because seasons change. Okay, I'm going to go back to a season I was in when I first started. I'm not in that season now, but this is where I was, and my hotspot happened to happen organically whenever I realized it, and it was the baby aisle at Target. Guys, I was walking down the baby aisle. I started asking this lady about some lotion. My son, I know, had horrible skin. I was trying to remember what I had asked her about, and I thought, oh, my son had horrible skin. It was probably some sort of moisturizer. And so I started talking to her. Before I know it, she's asking me about my DFT. I'm adding her on Facebook. We're becoming friends. And I realized this aisle in Target is a hot spot. So y'all know how I talked about walking at the park. At this point, I'm walking at the baby aisle. I'm like, I've got to get in hot spots. Guys, I literally came running in, and Hannah said I was laughing about the dirt in her socks from the baseball field, because I literally came running in from youth track practice. Like, we are busy, y'all. Hot spots are where people are. Busy people are successful people. I'm telling you, whether you're hanging out in the Target baby aisle, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm gonna pass it because I know we're going long, but I'm gonna tell you, the season I'm in now, I'm a lot busier. I'm around people all the time because my kids are in sports, we're at the school, all the things. But if you're sitting there and you're a new mom and you really want this, do it. Go hang out in the Target baby aisle. Go to the library for the group readings, whatever. You're gonna be around people that are struggling like you. And my biggest advice is look up. Look up from your phone, build relationships. The only time you should be looking at your phone is if you're adding them on Instagram or Facebook or whatever their platform that they like to use is. Because that is one thing, I'm a people person, and I still get caught looking at my phone sometimes. And I like to be around people. Introverts, comment if you're an introvert. My upline, my best friend, is an introvert. We say we're the opposites. That's why we attract, like, right, whatever. But I get caught doing that. So don't get caught looking at your phone. Look up, build those relationships, make friends, get around people. I don't want to say use your kids. Get your kids into stuff they enjoy and go meet people. So Sam, real quick, I know that you pack samples at a special spot. Real quick, I just want you to tell that story.
Yeah. So I want to touch on something really fast, guys, because here's something you guys need to think about. Write this down. When you leave your house every single day, you put your ball cap on. It's your business ball cap. And I'm telling you this because I want to share with you something really quickly that happened last week when I did a call with Ashley for her team. I left my house with my business cap on. I never forget to leave my house with my business cap on. No matter where I am sharing Thrive. My business fits into my lifestyle, and my lifestyle fits into my business. That's what makes me love what I do even more. So the other day, Ashley asked me to be on a call with her. I gladly accepted, and I told her I was going to be at the ball field. the ballpark, and that I'd step out and try and find somewhere quiet. Little did she know I was actually at Camden Yards at an Orioles game with my kids. And when I got on her Zoom, she's like, I didn't think you were at an actual ballpark, but I was. And here's what I shared with her team. Right before I got onto her Zoom, I was sitting there with my DFT and I'm cheering Go O's, and the guys behind me wanted to know what that sticker was on my arm. Guys, guess who got 2 free customer accounts? And I've got samples out the door to these 2 guys. This girl. I left my hat with my business ball cap on it that night, and I got 2 free customer accounts who are now sampling, and I'll be following up with them actually tomorrow. So that's just a prime example of what happens when you fit your lifestyle into your business and your business into your lifestyle. And with that being said, being a mom of 5, I had lots of kids that were running around doing sports. One of my favorite places to sample was the ball field. I would go to one of my kids' games and I'd sample at the ball field. I'd lay a blanket out on the ground, and I would keep it simple, but I would let it fit into my lifestyle. So I knew I had to make sample packs for potential samplers. So what would I do? I'd bring my 3 steps to the ball field. I'd sit on that blanket and I would make my samples in front of all the other parents that were cheering on their kids. And when their little kids were running around, getting into things and distracting them from being able to watch their player, I'd bring the little ones over. They'd sit on my blanket and they'd help me make those samples. And guess what? The parents wanted to know what the heck I was doing. What are you doing? How are you getting these kids so quiet? What are you making? Boom, there you go. Open door. This is my opportunity. I talked to them about Thrive. I'd create accounts for them. I would do it right then and there because they weren't going anywhere. They had a couple more innings, right? We're stuck together. So I wasn't the only one sampling at the ball field, though, Hannah. You were also sampling at the ball fields, except you were the other end. You were in the dugout. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
Yeah, so and I'll promise I won't go long-winded on this, but I was in the coaching scene when I first came into the business, and I came into the business during rank advancement. So I was having to, talk to people, and I was constantly on my phone. I was right in the middle of growing my business, and I needed to put it into the coaching world somehow. Listen, we're all busy and we're all chaotic, but I was fitting it into the nooks and crannies of coaching. I was mixing Pink Pro or Activate or something in my blender bottle. Everybody was asking me. I was wearing my DFT where people could see it. Everyone was asking me, what is that sticker, Hannah? What does it do? And you look great. What are you doing? But also my players noticed a difference in me too. So everyone here has heard you have to thrive out loud. You do in every situation in your life. You have to thrive out loud wherever you go, whether it be church, whether it be the ball fields, whether it be the volleyball court, the basketball court. Everywhere you go, you have to thrive out loud. I was thriving out loud in my dugout. My kids were seeing the transformation in me, and they were going home and telling their parents. Their parents was asking me at the ball field. I didn't say, oh, well, call me tomorrow after the game and I'll get you set up. No, they were giving me an email right there, and I was handing them a sample out of my coaching bag for them to take home and do the next morning. Guys, I signed up so many people that way because I was always ready on the go to sample wherever I was, especially on the coaching field. If you are a sports mom, everyone that's on here, drop in the comments if you are a sports mom, a sports grandma, if you live on the ball field, because listen, I do. I'm not kidding. I have dirt falling onto my rug out of my socks when I move. We live on the baseball field. We live on the softball field. If you're a sports mom, drop it in the comments. But that's the thing. That is a gold mine. Like Kelly said, it's a hot spot for people. There's tired, exhausted moms there trying to put sunscreen on their kid and trying to bandage boo-boos and all the strawberries that you get from the field. That's a hot spot. Make sure that you're ready and you always have your business cap on, no matter where you are. Coaching, parent, whatever sideline you're on, always make sure that you're ready. I think that I'm done, and now I think I'm passing it to Tanya. Am I right?
Hang on,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk real quick.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Follow-ups. I think with follow-ups, I feel like kind of a topic that we're about to shoot, but I want to kick this follow-ups off with ending it with sampling right here, because Guys, if you are not following up with your samplers, you have these ideas on how to get them a sample, right? You've got the teachers, you've got the ball field, all the things, right? All the people that need it. But if you don't follow up with them, you might as well drive down the road and throw it out the window. I'm telling you, because, and don't feel like you're following up too much. A lot of times, especially if I give someone a sample, I'm all over it. I'm going to message them multiple times because that's my money in their hands, right? Like I want to make sure you're following up. So I follow up breakfast, lunch, dinner. And I'm not saying, how are you feeling? Because I don't want them to expect that they have to feel something that fast, but I might ask them what they think of the shape or which cute DFT did you pick today? Something fun to just start that conversation. But Tanya, I know that you were going to talk to us about 8 to 10 or 12 connections before someone even orders. Let's hear about it.
Yes. Thank you guys. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I just have to tell you, my whole community just went out of Wi-Fi. The whole community is out of Wi-Fi. So I had to hop off, but nonetheless, I'm here. So if you see me kind of moving around, that's why. But yes. Okay. So for those that don't know, I am Tanya Ward, and I love this topic because when I was asked to do this topic, I actually went back to my messenger and my conversations with my upline, Maria Dillard, and I was counting how many messages were back and forth with conversations that we were having before I placed my order. You've heard the saying before, the fortune is in the follow-up. It absolutely is. And I have 20 messages back and forth from me and Maria before I placed my order. Guys, it is 8 to 10 reach outs before someone's ready to place an order. And those reach outs are you ready to order? You ready to thrive with me? They may be 1 or 2 of those, but it really is just those connections, those 8 to 10 reach outs. If you are reaching out to them one time and you're getting ghosted, or you're just like, okay, they don't want it. No, you are missing. You literally need to get back in there. There needs to be 9 more messages before you give up. And honestly, you don't give up because I'm 20 messages, right? People say to me all the time, when do you stop messaging? Guys, you don't stop messaging until they tell you to stop messaging. Okay. If they tell me they're not interested, then I move on. But if the conversations are going or they're ghosting me, guess what? I was very busy prior to Thrive, and I was a tired, exhausted mom juggling 3-year-old twins, a 4-year-old and a 19-year-old with 4 kids. And the last thing I was thinking about every single morning was Thrive. Why? Because it wasn't in my body. And you don't know what you don't know, right? So why is it so important, you guys, that we follow up? There's some points that I want you to either write down, or we can put this on the slide, but we're building trust, right? That know, like, and trust factor is going up every single time we reach out. Another thing is we're overcoming objections. If you don't ask questions and part of that follow-up, you may not hear the pain points. You may not hear the objections. They're not going to tell you maybe on the first time they can't afford it. That's something maybe that they're not that close to you. Maybe they don't know you and they're not ready to, tell you about their finances. But having that know, like, and trust factor go up by messaging, you may come across an objection that you can head off and you can kind of squash that. Oh my gosh, girl, I know I was in the same boat. That's why I waited 6 months to place my order. But what I was finding was spending $5, well more than $5 a day on coffee, energy drinks. And this just made sense to me, right? We can start heading those objections off. The other thing is you want to be fresh in their mind. You guys, that is so important. When Maria was reaching out in those 20 conversations, what was she doing? She was going in the top of my mind, like, oh yeah, that's right. I got to follow back up. That's right. Another question would arise and I would ask a question. So you're really staying on top of their mind, and that is crucial. Nurturing leads, right? We water our plants. We have to nurture these leads, right? They truly are your customers before they're your customers. You need to treat them that way, right? Customer service starts immediately. It doesn't start when someone orders from you. It starts when the conversation starts. And they see the commitment that you are, right? The commitment that you're giving them. And they'll know if they do place their order, wow, she's not going to just leave me to the dust, right? She's not going to throw me to the wolves, right? There's the commitment there. So it's so, so important that we continue to do these follow-ups. You do not give up. You continue to follow up. If you look, I want everyone, when you get off of this Zoom, to look in your messenger and look how many messages, how many potentials are sitting there. I can guarantee you there's people in your back office and your messenger that
maybe the season's different now. Maybe it's been 6 months since you've reached out, and maybe they're in a spot where they're ready to do it. And maybe just that one reach out again saying, hey, Jennifer, how are you? I was thinking of you today. I know we spoke 6 months ago, 3 months ago about you, joining Thrive or looking at this business or taking these products. You know what? There's a discount on the table right now, right? And it doesn't always have to be a follow-up with a discount. It can be like Lindsay talked about. Maybe you see something on their wall that you need to reach out and check on them, see how they're doing. That is a reach out. What is that doing? That's bumping the algorithm. That's bumping your stuff. If your door is open, your business is open, they're going to go see your stuff and like, oh yeah, she's still thriving, right? If you're not having conversations with these people, guys, 99.9% of the time, they're not seeing your wall. So don't rely just on that. So with that, it's so important. I'm going to turn it over to Kelly, and she's going to tell you a little bit about asking a question with the follow-up. Kelly, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Sonia. So, okay, guys, if you don't ask, you don't know. Anyone else here, though, before I even go into that, has anyone else here ever suffered from word vomit? It sounds so gross. The first time I heard it, I'm like, what the heck is that? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got that. I have it. It's me. Pull it up in the dictionary. My picture's there. I'm bad, y'all. So I have to make myself ask questions and listen. The best way to build this business is listen, because you can look at someone and try to guess their whole story, but guess what? You're not going to really know unless you ask the question and listen, right? So this goes for prospects. This goes for your existing customers, starting that conversation, right? That goes for promoters. A lot of times your new promoters are borrowing your confidence. So check on them. Don't just say, hey, so what are you doing today? And they're like, oh, well, I think I did good. I mean, I think I'm doing this and that. No, be like, how many messages did you send? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. How many messages did you send? What are you saying in those messages? Have like those hard conversations and visit with people and listen. And you might be able to know exactly why someone needs the product. You'll know why maybe they're struggling to grow in their business. All the way across the board, maybe you'll be able, if it's an existing customer, you can add some plus line products in there as well. Maybe they're like, they want to take their amazing sleep from a 7 to a 10, so you recommend rest. I don't know, but you've got to ask the questions to know. So Ashley, I know sometimes people struggle with the confidence to ask the questions. They're like, what do I say? Right, guys? I told y'all I could talk to a tree. I'm an extrovert. Introverts, they need the confidence. Help us out on that a little bit.
So I think the biggest question that, one, we're either afraid to ask, or two, don't approach it with the right tone, the right confidence. You have to ask for the sale in this business. That is why we are promoters, right? We want to share what these products are doing, and they don't know if they're not going to purchase the month and give it a month. So you have to change the way you look at asking for the sale. You have to assume the sale. You're going to assume that every connection that you have is going to lead to a sale. You're going to assume that every single person that you've talked to needs Thrive, and they will be a thriver. And it's all in your approach and in your confidence and how you word it. How are you following up? Have you followed up and asked questions to get to know them? But you can't just end there. Right? You have to, are you ready to thrive? That should be one of the most frequently used questions in your messenger. Are you ready to thrive? Right? So I'm going to give you a couple examples because I want you guys to leave here today feeling confident, or going home or getting off the Zoom, whatever, feeling confident that you can ask and not feel salesy. I never feel salesy when I ask somebody if they're ready to order. This is my job, like Lindsay talked about earlier. I'm using Lavelle's business tools, and this is my follow-up. This is my job. This is what I have to put into this business to be successful, to be where I am today. I have to assume the sale, and I'm going to ask for it. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. So say you have a sampler who's on day 2 or 3 and they're loving their product. You've checked in them, you've asked those questions. You're going to say, hey, I know you're on day 2 or 3 and I know you love your product. I'm going to call you at 5 o'clock today so we can get your order in so you don't run out. Guess what I just did? Assume they're going to order without even telling them how much it is, asking them if they're ready to order, giving them the opportunity to tell me they're going to wait till next Friday. I said, I'm going to call them today to get their order in. I'm going to walk them through their order. I'm going to take all the questions out of it. I'm going to take all the fear or the unknown of them doing it by themselves, navigating the website. I'm going to call them at 5. I assume the sale. So another example is you have a sampler who's not a day one thriver. How many of you have had a sampler who's not a day one thriver? All of us. And that is the hardest part, you guys, is when we have those people who want a miracle on day one. You didn't get fat in one day. You didn't get exhausted with just missing one night's sleep. It takes time. And these products have to work in your system. So you, like Kelly mentioned earlier, you're building that vision of what the next 30 days are going to look like, the next 60 days. So what I messaged that sampler who's not in love with their products on day 1, 2, or 3, hey, I'm going to give you a call this afternoon to build the perfect package for you. And we're going to see how that works on the next 30 days. I didn't tell them that Thrive wasn't for them, or maybe next time, or whatever. They need 30 days in their system before they can even say that Thrive is not for them, right? So I assumed the sale. I didn't care that they weren't a day one thriver because I know everybody's not. I know that I have so much confidence in these products and what it's done for me and what it's done for my friends and what it's done for all the women that I'm sharing this panel with. I know that if you give it 30 days, you're going to be a thriver for life. Right? So I assume the sale. And when you leave here today, just be so confident that everybody you know is ready to order. You just have to help them. Provide them options. Earlier, Sam talked about having the option. I'm going to help you build the perfect package for you. There's a freaking DFT for everybody. You don't have to only want to lose weight. You don't only have to want to recharge or sleep better or whatever. There's something for everybody. So we can customize a package just for you. It is all in your delivery. So if you don't have the confidence today to end that conversation with, are you ready to thrive? Or, hey, let me call you at 5 so I can walk you through your order. Borrow it. Borrow it from your upline. Borrow it from whoever it is that you look to, because it's so important to grow in this business to ask for the sale. So another important thing after you have that sale, guess what you got to do? Keep freaking following up. We're not crock potting everybody. We're not sitting and forgetting. So follow up Fridays.
Oh no, I think we're gonna jump to that one in a second. I'm like, well, so I'll just throw this in really quick, okay? So a lot of those things that you're talking about, Ashley, I mean, would you say that a lot of those, I know you, and I feel like a lot of those are probably voice memos.
Absolutely. My favorite thing is a voice memo. I listen to voice memo all day, every day. It's how I start my day every single day. And you can't go wrong with a voice memo.
Yeah. And so that's something I want to touch on really quick, because Ashley has actually sent me voice memos, like the sweetest, just affirmations, just like sweet things, like telling me good morning, like the sweetest stuff. And so I want to give you an example really quick. Okay. I'm super visual. Okay. And I talk to my kids about this, especially my 9-year-old son. So I want you all to imagine you have a flame, and that flame is your business. With him, I'm like, that's his confidence. That's his little life, right? Every person you're around or everything you do, you're either having someone pour fuel on that flame or pour water on that flame. In this business, if you're getting too much water, you got to figure out how to get fuel. But let's flip that. Okay. So let's talk about something. Me, I want to control the mood. I want to control the mood for my promoters, for my team. I want to control the mood for my potentials, for everyone, right? And so I want to be fuel on their fire. So it's not just about what's coming to you, but it's what you're putting off as well. And I feel like voice memos are an amazing way to do that. If you can't tell, I talk a lot. I've got a raspy voice. I grew up singing my whole life. I'm like super high energy. I'm like, ah! And I love it. I love voice memos. I love controlling the mood and helping people. And so if someone's sitting in traffic and you're sending them a text, the things that Ashley just said, think about those things that she just read off, or if she was reading them off and you weren't hearing them, they're going to read it in their mood. They're going to read it in the confidence level that they have so far, especially if they're not a day one thriver, right? But if you do a voice memo, they're going to hear her confidence. Did y'all hear it? Anyone else hear her confidence as she's saying those things? And you're like, how can I say that the way she did? You're hearing it. So use those voice memos for that, right? Another thing with voice memos is I like three-way chat. Maria told me one time, do it on Facebook, do it in Messenger. That way they're gonna be able to go creep on that other person that you had in the voice memo with them. So that was what I did, and that's still what I do to this day. I've been doing this over 9 years now, and I still do three-way calls or three-way chats. Still, ask my upline Chelsea McClendon. Some days I'm like, sorry, I got another one. But so I'll put them in there whenever I'm doing it. It's like they're hearing her story. They're hearing about her 4 little boys. They're hearing that they live on a ranch in the middle of nowhere, West Texas, and she's built this and achieved everything in this company that she could achieve from the middle of nowhere, West Texas introvert, right? That had never had a lemonade stand. They're going to go creep on her page. They're going to see her 4 little boys. They're going to see her working cattle and branding with her family. Like it's validating what she said, right? But then they're hearing that cute little voice, and it's another personal connection there too. So I think Tanya, do you want to talk about Follow Up Friday? I'm going to hand it over to you. I feel like I'm like hurrying through.
Yes, gosh, love Follow Up Friday just as much as we love Flex It Friday. But here's really what Follow Up Friday means in my business, for my business, and what it should mean for you in your business is you're tying up loose ends, right? You are not ending Friday until you do that checkbox. You're making that check mark. Did you do everything that you said you were going to do? I know life happens. I know we have to deviate. I know we have a plan. Sometimes when I'm doing my calendar on Sunday night, like, hey, what's my week look like? However, you have a plan. Did you follow through? Did you do the follows for the samplers? Did you follow up with that new promoter that's in VIP? I'd hate for you to miss your bonus because they didn't fully understand, right? It's literally just taking everything that you have on your calendar and saying, you know what, tonight, before I go to bed, this has to be done. Because here's what happens on the weekends, you guys. If you did not do everything, I don't know about you, but my life doesn't end on Friday. It just begins with kids' activities, dance competitions, and my daughter dances about 7 days a week. And quite frankly, I don't want to be tending to things at a dance competition, right? Our business is always open, no doubt, but I don't want to leave anyone hanging. I want to be sure. So before I go to bed on Friday, or I don't go to bed if it's not done, because my weekend, I cherish the time with my family and my children. And I really, truly believe you can use this technique, Follow Up Friday. If there's nothing that, if you wake up Friday morning and you're going, oh my God, it's Friday. Like, where's the week? You're going to hear me and you're going to say, what, Follow Up Friday, what do I need to do? Who's sampling right now? Who's in VIP? Who did I need to follow back up with? Because that is what's going to keep you consistent, guys. No one is going to knock on your door and say, Tanya, what did you work this week? Did you follow up? Did you do everything? What's your timesheet? Turn in your hours, right? You have to be accountable for yourself. And this is hard to do, right? This business is hard when you don't do that, right? No one's knocking on your door. I don't have a boss. You don't have a boss, right? And I'm telling you right now, if you don't make time and prioritize your business, your weekly goals, you're going to find yourself way behind. People are going to be falling through the cracks. You're going to wonder why you have so much product out. So many samplers are not feeling it or didn't take it right. And it's going to be the lack of following up. And so Follow Up Friday, that's what it should mean. Tie up those loose ends. Don't start your weekend. It's reward and discipline, you guys. If you do not, discipline yourself to work this business, you do not have a business. If you own a brick and mortar business and didn't show up or didn't do, inventory and all the things that you do to run a business, you wouldn't have a business. So we do really truly need to treat this the same way. And I just kind of like the phrase Follow Up Friday, Flex It Friday. So be sure you do it. It's so, so important. And I think with that, I'm going to toss it over to Hannah. We are going to change gears here a little bit and talk about some customer care and how we take such good care of our customers. So Hannah, let's start with you.
So a big part of this business is customer care, customer service, where I basically feel like a customer service agent all day long, taking care of my customers and spoiling them. But guys, like this business, every part of this business, if you're duplicating it down, it has to be duplicatable. And I feel like personally, customer service is so huge in that. Thriving for free. I know that we talked about this in many aspects, Ashley hit on it. Kelly hit on it. All of us have basically hit on it in a few ways, but you guys, everyone loves to pay free dollars for their Thrive products. Like everyone does. I have a customer that signed up 2 days ago and she sent me 4 referrals. She wants her Thrive for free. By taking care of your customers and pouring into them and getting their Thrive for free, they're going to appreciate you. I will tell you this, my business completely changed when I went from, man, I have to sell this. I have to sell this Thrive. I have to get these people on this product. I have to sell it. I have to sign up all these customers. My mindset shifted when I went from that, and my business changed when I went from that to, I love these products and they have changed my life, and I just want to help you. If you will let me do that, you will love this product. So thriving for free is so huge. When I get a new customer, my new customers automatically get 2 samples. Goes back to sampling. They're getting 2 samples and I'm sending them out for them. And I just had word vomit, Kelly, and just made me think of you. But like, I want to go back to Kelly and how Ashley's talking about confidence. I'm telling them, I'm not asking them. I'm not being like, I know that you maybe have 2 friends. Would you maybe want to send them my way and maybe I can get them some products? Absolutely not. No, everyone knows at least 2 people. You tell them, girl, your product come with 2 samples. Send me 2 friends, their email and their mailing address, and I will get you a sample out. Let's get you thriving for free next month. You're going to love it. Like, that's what my voice memo says when I'm sending them to new customers. Take care of your customer, guys. And the first way you can take care of them is not by sending them a goodie bag, which we all do here. Not by doing any of that. Get them thriving for free is the best way that you can take care of your customers. I am going to pass it over to Tanya because I recently started doing this, and I got so many new customers from this. So thank you. But I'm going to give it to her. She's going to explain customer of the month.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. Customer of the month. It's so fun. You know, over probably about 4 or 5 months, I was like, what else can I do? Right? Our customers, guys, I mean, a lot of us are all auto elite. You don't get that without taking care of your customers. So I wanted to take it up a notch. What can I do to recognize? How can I tap down into my customers, right? It doesn't work for me anymore to say to my customer, can you post it on Facebook, or can you do a little testimony, right? Everyone's busy, right? They're not wanting to work this business. So I thought, what can I do? So what I've been doing is a customer of the month shout out. And what that looks like is I go through my customer list and I recognize one of my customers, whether they've been thriving with me 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. I just randomly pick and I give them a nice little write-up, a customer of the month shout out. And I comment, I pull a picture from their Facebook. So I know if they've used it, then it's, you know, okay for me to post. Once again, I'm like, Hannah, I don't ask, I just do. This is my gift. This is my shout out. This is my recognition. I want them to know how much I value them, how much I appreciate them for trusting me in their health and wellness journey. And maybe they lost, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Maybe it wasn't even weight loss for them. Whatever it is, that little thing that sticks out to me that makes me so happy that they are loving their Thrive experience, I'll throw that in there. And then I follow that with the last paragraph with, Hannah, go ahead and check your messenger because there's a little special gift in there from me or something like that. And then I send them a gift, and that is usually some credits, that's some free shipping, that might be a promo code, or that may be a free plus line product for something that they haven't tried yet. So it's been huge for me. And you guys, why is it important? Why are we doing this? Well, number one, I truly do love my customers. I truly believe they're the bread and butter, right? And you can't forget them, you guys. Just because they order every single month from you and you're like, yeah, they're solid, they're not going anywhere. You need to let them know how important they are. And what's happening when I do that? Guess guess who I'm tapping down into their network. Their friends, they may have 500,000, doesn't matter, friends. And they're going, wait, Hannah, what's Hannah doing? Why is that woman shouting her out? Wait, she got, what, like she lost 10 pounds? What is she doing? What is this health and wellness journey? What is going on? And it's starting so many conversations, because if I'm doing the shout out on Hannah, they're reaching out to Hannah. They're like, Hannah, what are you doing? Like, what is this? And she's turning them right over to me. So you got to talk to my girlfriend, Tanya. This stuff is blowing me away, right? I've been on it for 2 months. And what I'm doing is I'm having more conversations than ever. You guys, utilize your customers. Your next Thriver is already connected some way, somehow to one of your customers. I can assure you, because this is working so well. And guys, to be honest, I'm not getting everyone in order, but you know what it is? It's a conversation. It's a new person in my network. We're becoming friends on Facebook, just where they're friends with Hannah, but Hannah wasn't sharing. I'm using you, Hannah. As if you're my mock customer this month. And Hannah's not posting about it, but being friends with me, guess what they're seeing on my wall? Because my business door is open and they're going to see everything that I'm posting. And guess what? They're going to become my next Thriver. And then Hannah's going to get a referral. She's going to be thriving for free and she's going to love me even more. So I just love that. And I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay, because she has definitely changed the game up on some sampling and how she's doing it. So Lindsay, go ahead.
Hey guys, so real quick, what I do if you are a new customer and you just sign up with me, I actually just started doing this in 2023. I go and pre-makeup sample packs. I buy these on the nifty Amazon, have an enjoy your sample card that I slide in it, and do a 3 or 5 day samples. What I do really fast is I stick 3 and 5 day samples in here and I mail 2 to 3 of them to my newest customer. And I'm like, hey, I wanted to do this for you. I wanted you to have them on hand, because I have done all of the, hey, I'm going to give you 2 samples, just send them to me, I'm going to mail them out. One thing I'm noticing that's pivoted in my business is when people have these on hand, when my new customers have them on hand, they are way more apt to pass them out right then and there. You've got to try this. Here it is. Just give me, we go through the smart sampling, obviously, but I am mailing my newest customers that order 2 to 3 samples that they have on hand so that they can give that out. So make sure that you change it up, because I know for me, my customers have gotten so many new referrals because they've had this on hand. I've asked them a bajillion times. I've done all the things, if you can relate, give me a thumbs up that you've like, hey, I've got this, I want to do it for you, but they just don't ask for it. I now have not given them that opportunity. I'm sending them to them and they are getting referrals like crazy. So sometimes you got to pivot your business, right? And with that, we are going to close out with showing you some different ways that we do our thank you letters. So Hannah, if you'll tell us real quick, and then Tanya, and then I'll wrap it up for us.
So actually, if you want to shoot it over to the next one, I've actually changed it a little bit and I have it in front of me, but all of us here, Lindsay, I don't know if you touched on this, all of us, everybody in this group, we are Auto Elite earners here, and we are very proud of that. And that really comes from taking care of your customers. And I love to spoil mine. And I do have an example of what I put in my goodie bags each month. So the month of May, my auto ship customers are getting, I wanted to make it kind of like going into summer. So they're getting to try our new Strawberry Elite Shake. I'm giving them a rest. And then I've also cut out one of our Boss DFT patches. So all these will go in a cute little bag. All of my auto ship customers are getting those, but what I really making it personal, what I really do to make it personal to me is I put my little card in here, and all it is it's a picture of me and my family, which is why I really do this business and strive so hard to do all the things. And it just says, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your continued auto ship. My family and I truly appreciate you, and we are so thankful to have you on this journey with us, Hannah. So that's what I put in those bags, and I just make it personal. Like, I really do appreciate my customers. Like Tanya said, I truly love them. I love getting to know them. I love getting to know their testimony. I love when they send me transformation pictures. I love when they call me and they say, Hannah, I just tried on 4 sizes down on jeans that, because of this product, you've changed my life. Like, I live for that, you guys. I want my customers to know that I appreciate them. So, Tanya, tell us a little bit about yours.
Yeah, so it's very similar to Hannah. I reward my customers, and you guys, I have the little goodie bags. And you know what? I think, Hannah, you probably gave me this little tip from Amazon. So you can get them dollar store, but Amazon just works, obviously, because it's quick. But I go through my customers and I see what they're ordering, right? You guys, when someone's already spending $160, $180, it's really hard for them to say, like, oh gosh, I really want that Activate, but right? So what I do is I get them hooked on it. We have some amazing plus line. So I go through and I see what they're not ordering, and I customize a little pack for them. And it could be different. It could be, what I have on hand. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you are not utilizing the company's promotions to stock up on plus line products when they drop these promos, you are missing the boat, because this is how I'm able to do this. The buy twos, get one free, when we can get some discount on packs, whatever you can get a discount, y'all, stock up. So what I do is I just fill this goodie bag up. Like I said, it's different, but I always go through and see what they're not ordering. And I already know my pain points on my customers, right?
Oh, she may have lost her.
And we lost her. So I'll go on ahead and tell you. One of the things that I do, I'm old school. I still write a handwritten thank you note. And one thing that's changed, I've changed over the last couple of years, is I'm very specific in what I say in my note. I let them know what their order helped with our family. Is it Briley's college books this month? What is it? I let them know. Thank you for supporting our small business. Your Thrive order helped pay for my daughter's college books, or it helped pay for her summer school. One of those things, just being very specific and doing that. And I have kind of a deal. If you spend $100, I'll give you a plus line product item, is what I have started doing. And it has helped me keep my customers. It's helped me keep my auto bonus elite. And it's got my customers who barely could spend $160 now have auto ships for $240 or $280 because they're addicted to the balance or the biotic or the activator, whatever it is. And another easy thing, sometimes you don't always have time to do all of these things. Maybe you're traveling, you're on the go, guys. You can send $25 in credits. You can send your customers and just say, hey, I just put some credits in your back office. Thank you so much for just being so loyal. Use them for whatever you want, or they're going to go on your next auto ship order. Bam, bam, wham. You just literally wrap that up. Guys, I want to leave you with a quote that is near and dear to my heart that I've been saying now for 9 years before I pass it over back to Shantae and finish out for us. The best teams are made up of a bunch of nobodies who love everybody and serve anybody and don't care about becoming a somebody. If you keep that in your heart and you remember your passion and your purpose, you are going to go so far in this business and in life. And so we want to encourage you to lift one another up, continue to do the do to get the get. You've got to be in the trenches every single day, no matter if you're just joining this business or you're 200K, you've got to be in the trenches with us. So Shantae, we're going to pass it back to you, girl.
Thank you so much, Lindsay. Oh, Tanya's back on. We lost you there.
Yes.
Did you want to finish your thought, Tanya?
Can you guys hear me? I'm having terrible weather here. I don't know what's going on, but can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so sorry about that. I'm literally on the floor. That's how we just roll here. So yes, I put the little cards in my goodie bags. That's where I left off, and they have a discount on them. So I get they're little placement cards. I get them very cheap at Vistaprint, and I just fill those in there with that. And I also give them a little thank you message about how much I appreciate them and what this means to my family. Them, grateful for them trusting in me and their health. So that's pretty much what I do. And I don't know where we left off. Is that it?
Yes, Lindsay.
Okay.
Lindsay wrapped it up for us. So
okay, perfect.
Thank you so much. And ladies, I love how you all customize and personalize this business to your lifestyle. I think it goes to show for everyone that's on the line with us today, there's not one right way to do these things. It's what makes sense for you, and do it without question. So ladies, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And everyone who joined us on this, thank you for pouring into yourself and showing up tonight. All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
The recording